When I got hit in February, I knew exactly what it was as soon as I hit the ground. I felt it go and it was just, I was so devastated. I think my first thought was not necessarily, oh God, my knee. It was more like, oh God, I've only got 6 months to get there. I got into the Army straight out of high school. My mum was basically the one who pushed me into it. And then 10 years later, I'm still there, basically. Second year into the Army is when I sort of discovered rugby and then just started dabbling in that. And as I was playing more and getting better, and I started having more time off work to play football. And yeah, so work has sort of turned into half Army, half rugby for me. I had just posted into a unit in Brisbane, and a couple of weeks later I found out that I was getting deployed to Afghanistan with the artillery mobile training team. And it was tough, you know, it was really tough. It was long, it was hard, it was long hours as well. There was a fair bit of bullying, and when I got home I was pretty burnt out mentally, and then it started to affect me physically, and I sort of spiraled down for a fair while. I think it probably took me about 12 months to get over it. And I got out of the Army for a little bit. I was pretty lost for a while. It was pretty hard.
They support her very well. There's a lot of counselling and people she can go to and draw from their experiences and help. And I think she's just a mentally tough young lady. Of
all the bad experiences, if you come out of it with at least one good thing, it will help you every single time something bad happens again in life.
I was actually at the game, so she was playing in a tens game up in Queensland, and myself and the assistant coach, Scott Allen, were there and actually saw the incident. We thought, OK, here we go, we're in trouble here, we're looking for another back rower. So
it was my ACL, MCL, PCL, meniscus. I dislocated my kneecap, I sheared off some of the cartilage, and I tore my VMO as well. The Wallaroos coaches were amazing about it. They were so good, and they just said to me, if you can make it back in time, you know, we'll have you, we'll take you. And I was like, all right. And I gave myself about 3 days to, you know, eat ice cream, have a bit of wine, feel a bit sad for myself. And then I sort of spoke to my S&C coach, and I just said, all right, well, I'm pretty sure we can do it. We might be able to do it. Like, let's just rip in and see what happens. I woke up from surgery and I walked out of hospital. I was squatting 8 days after surgery. Really weird stuff was happening. It was all happening really fast, and there were a lot of people that were saying, you know, don't push it too hard and you should really slow down. But the way that we looked at it was that my body was moving, so I didn't want to stop it from moving. We filmed the entire rehab, and it was always on social media, and I made sure, and that was like, I'm making sure that the coaches know. It's like, hey, I'm still working out, you know, I still want to come back.
We constantly monitored that. She put stuff on Facebook and as a motivational, and the other players saw that and said, well, you know, we need to keep working hard and making sure we're prepared as well as Mollie has been.
Scott Allen, the forwards coach, called me up and he's like, so it's our intention to take you? And I was like, is this the call? Like, is that like, are you taking me or are you intent? Like, I didn't understand what that means. And then, yeah, he finally said, yeah, we're taking you. And it was amazing.
We set her some milestones. She had to do a bit of contact before we got her on the plane, but every week we were in contact. We watched her progress, and yeah, she was fine. We were happy to bring her.
I basically went from, you know, a fully fit rugby player to surgery to rehab to playing 10 minutes in a country town back home, and then straight into, you know, the World Cup, into a starting jersey. Stepping out onto the field, it was probably one of the most, like, daunting things I've ever done.
She thinks she's got 2 more World Cups in her, and I think she has too. I think her mental attitude, her dedication, the way she trains, yeah, definitely there. I think a very, very important part of the Wallaroos program moving forward to the next World Cup and beyond.